Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. It is with great honor to have Jeff Weitzman in the house. He's a filmmaker. He's created some incredible stories and about transformation and the truth. You have both Cancer Can Be Killed and Flipping the Script. Tell us a little bit about both those.
Yeah, so a year ago I released a film called Cancer Can Be Killed about how natural treatments for cancer are now far more effective than the old methods of chemo, radiation, radical surgery. My wife is one of those people who 3 years ago got bladder cancer, went to Germany, treated it naturally, and she's been cancer-free ever since. So then I started getting calls from parents saying, hey, wait a minute, if my kid has cancer and they're being told they have to do 2 to 3 years of chemotherapy, and these kids are dying, they're relapsing, they're getting brain damage, they're asking me, what can I do instead? So I tried to find a better way with these parents. But then we came up against the law, we came up against doctors' pressure, but we found it. We found the way to get children off chemo and a better way to treat their cancer.
Okay, so before we begin, we do want to disclose that we are not traditional medical doctors. We always suggest whatever liability around that. And we do know there is a point when cancer has gone so far that there is a time and a place for Western medicine, but we truly believe a miracle of the body and what can happen. So tell us a little bit more about that modality.
Yeah, so you guys were talking this morning about being woke, right? Now, as it relates to cancer, we've been told that cancer is a life-threatening disease. So therefore, we have to do all these toxic substances to nip it in the bud. The reality is, in my experience, cancer is not a life-threatening disease. It is a check engine light. It's saying something's out of balance, and we just need to get the body back in balance. And so what I do in my films is I follow both people and doctors who are able to fix the check engine light. And when you say it's important to talk to your doctor, I agree. And what's happening right now is we're getting a new wave of doctors, naturopaths, integrative specialists that are employing these methods of getting away from toxins and getting into boosting the immune system, using heat and oxygen. And so it's possible really to kill cancer now for children, for adults.
Alkalizing the system, cleansing and detoxing so that your body has its natural ability. I've seen miracles happen around cancer. So, you know, you're preaching to the choir, but I think it's very important to know, like, what is the actual modality for you guys? Because so much work has been done around oxygenation, hydrotherapy. I mean, there's like a zillion modalities, and it's like a holistic, all the practitioners coming together. But what is actually working, and how are we proving this?
So when a person has a solid tumor, we found that cancer is vulnerable to heat. So if you heat up the area where the cancer is above 105 degrees, the cancer dies, the rest of the body stays fine. It's called hyperthermia. It's amazing. And then for children or people with leukemia or lymphoma, all this is the body's got too many toxins and not enough nutrition. So we detoxify the body, we flood it with nutrition, and then we can also use cannabis oil, because cannabis oil is a cancer killer that doesn't harm the body. And cannabis oil is able to keep the cancer away and even kill whatever's there. And so we have children now. 20 years ago, if we thought of giving cannabis to children, we'd be horrified, right? But these children are going on cannabis oil. It's not affecting them. They're not getting high. You know, it's just killing their cancer. They're getting detoxified, flooding with nutrition, and these kids are cancer-free for years. We've now got histories of 4 to 5 years of kids staying cancer-free.
Jeff, you truly are flipping the script. Let's take a look at the trailer for the new film.
The doctors instill this fear in you. They tell you, if you don't do this, your kid's gonna die. And they look you right in your eye, and they're serious about it.
They said it multiple times
They tell us,
our child will die if she stops chemotherapy.
His side effects were so extreme, I feared I'll say goodnight to him and he won't wake up again.
Raul has been able to bear it, but it has been unbearable for me. And she shouldn't have to, because she doesn't have cancer.
Nobody knows that kids are being forced into chemotherapy, that they're being taken away from their parents in certain situations and forced into chemotherapy. 99% of the population has no idea this is happening.
There is no cancer for which I would be willing to undergo chemotherapy myself, no cancer at all. You can't say, well, what about this exception? What about that exception? Nope, no exceptions.
If you believe in the benevolence of the government and you believe that they have your best interest at heart, amazing. I wish that were true. But if you're talking about a clunky, inefficient, power-hungry, never gets enough money, never gets enough power system that tramples the rights of the people that it represents, why would you give that entity power over yourself and your family?
Incredible.
How the hell are you not in jail? Just curious.
I know. Well, what we found is that there are a new wave of attorneys also that are willing to represent parents and go to court and then convince Child Protective Services, convince judges, hey, there's a better way than chemotherapy. And these kids are having organ failure, brain damage. We can do better than that. And surprisingly, CPS and judges are going, okay, let's do it.
That's incredible.
So-
Has that been the most challenging part of this journey for you, is just increasing the awareness around it?
Increasing the awareness, but also finding the loophole. Because see, what doctors are doing is they're saying, if you don't do the chemotherapy, we will take your children from you through CPS, and they will go in foster care, and you may even go to jail.
Wow.
So we had to call their bluff, get attorneys, have CPS, just invite CPS to come to the house, and then talk to CPS and explain to them what's going on. And that's when Child Protective Services said, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. Let's stop the chemo. So there's a flip happening. There's literally a script being flipped right now around the United States. It's so exciting because these families have their kids back, you know?
Wow. Thank you for the work you're doing and really pioneering this for all the families, for all the children, for all the survivors. We're truly grateful.
Absolutely.
Tell people where they can find the film, contribute, and give back.
Yeah, so the film is available on Amazon Prime Videos and Vimeo On Demand and soon iTunes and Google Play. It's called Flipping the Script When Parents Fight Back. And then the previous film I made a year ago is called Cancer Can Be Killed. That details more the treatments that are being made available for adults. Flipping the Script is more about children.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for your work.
so much for all your work.
you.
We really
Stay
Appreciate
tuned.
it.
We'll be right back.